snowstorms. You still hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yep.
Oh, excellent, excellent. 5-1 in favor of the defense here for this first half of the first map.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Feels pretty good if you're Tempr going into your defensive side of it on Cafe. And look at this operator loadout that they're bringing. Fenrir and Mira, what a tough push that's going to make it getting in, especially if you don't have any intel as mute to try to deny that. Man, I honestly, especially for a reading fireplace, I really like this. The only thing I think we can use to see is maybe that castle to help kind of slow them down and funnel them into exactly where you want them to go and die at.
That's right. Continuing to set themselves up here on this 3F site. The big change out, bringing the Fenrir. Gunny sitting at 7-3-1, having a great game so far. Going to try to add to it with a Fenrir as his first shot here as Tempr takes on defense.
7-3, not having a bad game indeed. Okay, here we go. Let's get started. Most of the team heading from that north spot. It's one of the easier places to spawn from. So you don't get spawn peek, of course. We have been seeing that kind of switch in how they come out of spawn, it being a 20-second. Look how high that air jab was up there. If he jumps out, is that going to send him like off the building? That would be insanely funny.
That would be. I'd love to see that. That's a good question, whether or not it was going to happen like that. I kind of want to see it, to be honest.
Yeah, there's no kinda. I 100% want to see that. I want to see somebody jump out that window and see what happens when that air jab just launches them.
I don't know that so far this is the first defense, so we haven't seen how aggressively are they going to play. Are they going to be one of these defensive spawn peeking style teams? Are they going to play it more objective based, stay on site, hold it? Cafe's got a lot of great defensive strats if the team just plays, holds those positions. Are they going to be that aggressive setup? Well, for sure, Valen's going to peek on Berger and win that gunfight to start with. Gra going to take the second, though, to even it back out.
Yep, so now we sit 4-4s, last minute and 25 starting to tick down here, and they got a little bit of a bead on where exactly these attackers are starting to push in from. Oh, is our stream still good? Have to take a look at that.
Oh, it went down, my friend, so it's restarting, and hopefully everybody back here see whether or not OBS had a crash on the on production PC.
Hey. At least it wasn't Siege. A little bit of a screen shake there for Ren. Doesn't have the screen shake turned off. Let's go. Or is that you? Is that the observer?
That's the observer's PC. Yeah, drop that screen shake. My guess is they're playing competitively. They've got that turned off. I know that was a big want from the community, and glad to see that Ubisoft heard that piece of feedback. I know they're continuing to work on some other pieces of feedback as well.
That's a very polite way to put that. Absolutely. Now sits into a 2v2 as that 20-second meta fully realized here inside of round number 7. The low health versus full health scenario here, and the flash is going to start to ring out. Still got another one to send. I'm looking at kind of a too little too late scenario unless they can get it in and get that plant before they shot it. And they are going to get it. Cross is set up. Can he get it in time? He's not going to be able to. SMG 11 to claim the victory for that. And that's going to be one for the defense. Grim 47.
Okay, should be back up in running now on the stream, and we're back here. And what you missed so far is Tempr so far has absolutely been cleaning up. They have started off extremely strong. They have taken, after that first round, the next 6 in a row, put themselves on match points. We've seen the Euro Stepstein put up a great fight. They've come close on several of these rounds, but so far Tempr has just been able to find that what they needed at the end of every one of these rounds, just enough there to win it.
I think that's the key, right? Exactly. Is that they are finding what they need at the end. It doesn't matter if they're down in the round count. It's the aggressive push. It's the trade out. It's whatever is necessary to get that round win. And they put themselves on a match point scenario to do so. Back down to Bakery, Mr. Whiskey. Gonna opt for the Valkyrie instead of the Mozzie this time for that intel. Little bit of the trap op here as Rin's gonna put the Frost, maybe expecting that Monty to come back out.
5 seconds remaining.
Fairly standard on the defensive lineup here, though. Love the deployable holding white. Love it. We've also seen the Tachanka used there to hold that white. That's also a very fun play.
That's right. Not much of this this defense spending their time upstairs. So a little bit of a different tack that that Euro was taking with a lot of defensive utilities on all 3 floors. They're going to take the little bit of a slower approach there, and even though we're going to see a top-down clear, Tempr's going to focus most of their assets on those 1st and 2nd floors.
Yeah, that's a good call. IQ to help suss out where the heck these gadgets are, specifically the Valkyrie and the Fenrir's, because we've got the Brava on board. Love me a Brava play, and I love to see him take a Fenrir, and a Fenrir taken in the without knowing it, right? If you didn't know that a Fenrir is taken, we find ourselves in that 20-second meta all the time, right? So you push it in on the last 20 seconds, there's a Fenrir gadget that's not going your direction as a defender, could spell disaster. Look at this intel.
Yeah, Gridlock not knowing. I don't think we saw IQ suss that one out. Continuing to play on the stairs. Hectic looking for the player there on red and knows one that's down below him, but not going to have that intel in place. Going to be able to swing? Warden playing downstairs. Oh, they know each other is there. It's going to be a swing or be swung scenario. But no, he's going to rotate himself out. IQ still playing in this position, not knowing that her man rotated out.
All right, 120. Oh,
Frost is down there too.
Yeah, doubled up on that devastation potentially. Oh, my lord. And they're going to open up some verticality and a heads-up play by Frost as they starts to look for it. Fenrir does go down. The chessman is gone. Minute left here on the board. Body balance sits in favor of Euro. Gonna go for some of that long angle there. Look, finally susses out that Valcam and all that intel that was coming along with it.
That's right. Gra trying to find a way to open up some more sight lines here. They've got to find a way to get themselves more positioned here. They've got a lot of map control around, but right now the defense holding on to those all-important sites.
Yeah, no kidding. And still have, only have 20 seconds left in this round. 20-second meta in full effect, and the defense have done a great job, even though down in the man count, at stalling out this attack team. And here we go, going to find one again on Brown Stairs. Potentially, the shots ring out. They are going to find Gridlock. It's the reverse back down to Kochek. 8 seconds left, a 1v3. Millie Explicit gets 2. And that's going to be a defender win, and Tempr. Take that.
Going to take their first, and the first game here in the Zenith Competitive League ZCL Open Quals is done, my friend. Boy, that felt too quick. I mean, we're only 40 minutes into this thing. Tempr looking great tonight as they start off on this roll through.
Yeah, no kidding. Explicit 12-5. Little over that 2.0 KD. Huge.
12-5.
Folks.
What a run.
Yeah, no kidding. Having a hell of a game. Cool. Let's keep it moving. 6:45. We've made our first game done. Data. Goodbye. Sayonara. See you later. It was a GG's. This Tempr takes it with ease, my friend. Sit back, relax, because when we come back, we're going to bring you some more CJO.
Let's go.
What's up and welcome back, fellow Seeds spectators and players. We're back again. It's going to be match number 2. Let's get into it. I'm still the Reverend Whiskey Glitter. He is still the Reverend, well, I'm going to call it now. You're the Reverend Whiskey Run. I dubbed you. Is that the way it works?
I mean, it could. Yeah, it could be. It could be that way. We'll see how it goes. We have got 2 teams here playing. We're going to see Casual Mops take on Wanted Goons. And yes, it is that Wanted Goons team from Element 2. They made it to the top 8 in Element 2 before losing in that quarterfinal match. But that was a heck of a run through the open qualifiers as the Poke Gang making it all the way there into the Phase 3 and into the playoff bracket. That was a sweet run for them, and they're going to see if they can repeat it here in the Zenith Competitive League. But they're going to have to go through Casual Mops first, and a couple names that you know from here, including one of the other casters. Getting a chance to cast the casters team. Let's go.
Let's go. Cast the casters. It's like some siege poetry, baby.
Now, the thing about it is, it looks like statistically, Casual Mops doesn't have a lot in there. So, says Border's the worst. I don't know that I trust it. So, that is, however, the map that we were going to, my friend. We're going to be heading to your favorite map for the night, Border.
Border, man, and I freaking love Border. You're absolutely right. It's just got a little bit of everything, right? You got an almost unplayable site. You've got you've got 3 potential first floors. You know, the the 2F, the standard. There's all that soft breach available. There's just so many different ways to attack it and get a plant going down, and so much soft breach to set up those long angles and some of those one-off angles. I'm really excited to watch this.
Yeah, getting to see this map is going to be a lot of fun, and getting a chance to cast the this Wanted Goons team as well. Pretty fun that's an option for us, to be honest.
Heck yeah, goon squatting. It's always fun to watch it, and of course, cast the caster on the other side of the board. This is like our highlight match of the day. This at least from our fun our end. This is probably one of the funnest matchups that we're gonna have.
That's right. Now, we're still early in the standings, so there's not a ton of intel here on where these are all going to land, because there's a ton of games. Like we said, 51 teams starting off here, and only the top are going to make it. So, brought up a few just to see those score differentials. The other game going on that we were talking about, Arial Arise taking on the Fraudulent Productions. That one's going to be great. Hopefully that one's over on Happy Stream as well, which he's doing a little bit of a special stream over there, trying to stream some of the POVs. So check that one out as well. But I think we're about ready for game time, my friend.
Man, the words that I just waited to hear. Ready for game time. There's ours in the team chat. Let's freaking go, my friend. Okay, it's headed on to Border. Border's got some fun potential bans, right? We've seen some of the off bans. We've on the attack side, we've seen the Monty ban, we've seen the Osa ban. We've even seen the Ram and the Habana ban as well. I think we're probably gonna stay pretty standard unless the goons are gooning.
Yeah, that's a good question. Which way are they going to go? Are we going to play super aggressive? My guess is yes. That's definitely how they played out in E2. And pretty fun that we're going to get to see them here. So, Ying, the first one out. A good call on Border, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you're going to start to make those late round 20-second meta push-ins. You don't want to have to deal with those 4 Candelas. Easy call. Doe could be generally the next to go, but this could be where the off pick comes. It's the Monty.
Okay. A little bit of that shield play not going to be available. They're going to have to stick with Blitz. Now, we did see some crazy shield play on Border recently, so interesting. I would like to have seen how they were going to use them, but definitely devastating there for that 2F site on the east side. Good to have him off the board for when the Wanted Goons get themselves back on to the defense to start. And they're going to take Fenrir off. I agree. Attacking through Fenrir, really difficult. We saw that just on the last map on Cafe.
Yep, exactly. And being able to move around where those pieces are active, little active intel, if you will, makes him huge. Not going to be played here. Azami, the next to fall. Of course, she's essential for setting up that trench warfare that we're always talking about. So she is going to be banned off the board. Let's get into it. It's going to be primary site headed up top. It's that 2F. You see, pretty standard, right? Capcan to slow him down, Bandit to stop him from coming in, and Valkyrie to see him. Jaeger and Wamai to stop those throws, a little projectile denial. Here's the fun part, right? 3 of the operators, at least what we're seeing here on the first part of it, Dokkaebi, Kali, and Glaz. It couldn't be that long-range devastation, my friend.
I mean, like you said it, you've got so many of these soft walls, so much soft breach. The ability for them to just open up sight lines very deep in all over the place it makes it a huge difference for those long-range operators, like you said. The Glaz and the Kali, that's crazy. And I don't know if we saw if Lion picked up the DMR, but that could be the possibility for 4 DMRs on this Wanted Goons attack to start with.
Jeez, 4 DMRs? Jeez, man. That seems a little bit of overkill, right?
Possibly. We'll see how it shakes out. But yeah, I do, like you mentioned, I do like seeing the Capcan here. Sometimes we see Capcan brought out as a little bit of a surprise late round. But when you start off with the Capcan, causes that attacking team just to have that pause immediately. Starting off, they're going to have to check every window, every door, every hallway as they walk themselves through. So good piece of slowdown to start when, potentially I think, this is, people are thinking this is a lopsided match. So finding ways, the trap ops, one way to try and level that playing field early.
Yeah, no kidding. And you are right. It is the Lion DMR. 1, 2, 3, 4 DMRs on the board. Exige the only one bringing an actual AR or an actual rifle or assault rifle. That's huge. That's huge, and that's long distance, and that could be devastating. But the thing is a little bit tougher to getting when you're in your face, the face check game. That's where the SMGs will come into play here. A little bit of the jiggle peek here by Valkyrie as the shots are ringing through. Not able to find anything just yet. First minute gone as they are just pushing kind of into sight. And there's going to be the gadget of the glass. And start claiming some lives there, and it's going to be the SMG trade back and forth. Holy cow, and just like that, we're down into a 3v2. As Casual Mops now takes that body balance and gets ripped away from him. Glass going to find the kill. With his gadget, still has to deal with those Capcans pushing in. Now into a 2v2, Whiskey.
Oh, peeking the glass when he's got his gadget out. Yeah, unfortunate there. That's not one you're likely to win. So, Bebo, is he going to be able to take one? He does. Now, all he's got to do is take care of Xer on the glass. Put up a good fight so far. It went pretty quickly. Loved seeing the DMRs come out. Now, we got Wamai, though, with that SMG.
Yeah. The classic 1v1 showdown. And now he knows exactly where he's at. Shots ring through. Oh, just misses the shots onto the glass. As Wamai's going to be looking back at that one later going, damn it.
He's not going to peek this again, though. They know peeking with the glass. It's up close.
Oh. Okay.
Xer gonna take it. The yellow pings coming out, knew exactly where he was. Great intel there from the team on the cams.
What a great show here by the Casual Mops, though, right? Taking it down into that 1v1. Now, of course, it was the glass in your face. It was the part that I said that you might have a little bit of trouble with if you're bringing such long-range weapons, but, Goons gooning. They take round number 1.
That was the risk. You called it out. Great play there. But so now we're going to see the Wanted Goons taking a little bit of an alternative approach, bringing out the Blitz and the Buck as well to add to more of that short range, in your face kind of play. Very similar setup here from the defense, though, dropping the traps from Capcan in favor of the Legion.
I like that too, the Legion. It'll slow them down, especially when you've got somebody like a Blitz coming in. Capcans can be seen, Legions can be put just about anywhere, right? You Capcans, you know to look the doorways, you know to look, and you saw it happen at the top metal there. Glad's able to get rid of those Capcan. Legion Goos, they can be put in some pretty one-off spots. I like the call here, especially if we're going to see the Blitz on the board. Outside of that, it's a standard lineup. Going to go with some intel and some intel deny. Is the observation blocker is going to make an appearance.
Yeah, those observation blockers, I don't feel like have gotten, have not gotten widespread adoptance in terms of the secondary utility that the operators can bring. We see them played, but it doesn't feel like, they're not essential pieces of utility. But when they are brought out, it does feel like they make a big impact. This is such a small map, so intel is definitely key, trying to find where these attackers are making their push in and blocking those drone sites. Pretty important there.
They are going to 6-pick off the Blitz. I guess it's not really called a 6-pick anymore. But they are going to change out their operator. So on the attacking side of it, the flank watch of Nomad, the eyes in the skies, is Lion going to be devastating with his DMR. Glaz, of course, back on the board. 1, 2, 3, 4 DMRs yet again. They're looking for those 2-shot drops.
I mean, it's like you talked about, we're playing on borders. So many breachable walls. I mean, there's a chance you get 2 or 3 rooms in to be able to see and get lines of sight here as this attacking squad. Defense have got to watch out, get those reinforcements in the right places, and know that that's the style of play that we're seeing this attacking team bring.
Yeah, and that's right out the gate. That's going to be good for taking off the board. Still could be going to find that kill. Oh, the jiggle peek for his life. Last hope, trying to live up to his namesake here. But it's the Maverick with the patience, just holding, just ready.
Yep, doesn't need to peek it. He's got a much more consistent line of sight in rather than Kaid. He's having to find pop up, and there Dokubi's able to take him out. So they've got this. That plant is going to go down all up to Legion, and he is stuck in the corner, not able to find a way to get past those long-range DMRs from this team. Oh, and it was Exige on the AR to find that one. Real quick as he tried to peek his head out and make his way across the hallway there towards where the plant was going down on the other site.
And so that's going to be 2 in favor of the wanted Goons. But probably, I don't imagine, going to go back up to that 2F site to try that one again. I'm going to go down to some of that secondary, a little bit of tertiary. It's Vent and a workshop coming up next. A little bit of armor here, and Rook. He's got that fun. He's got that fun statistic. Remind me of what that is. What's his win delta?
I mean, he's in ranked play. I think on both PC and console, he's the operator that when you bring him, you've got the best chance of winning statistically. He's always ranked as overpowered in those Ubisoft charts during balancing, but he still continues to not be picked, still be slightly overpowered and not picked. You got a 2% better chance of winning a round when Rook is on the board, according to Ubisoft. But having the SMG with the 2x sight, he brings a unique kit, and the extra armor be the difference between one of those quick wins, one of those quick fights, maybe save you from a long-range DMR. So I think that's why they're bringing him out. They need that extra HP.
Yeah, something that'll allow you to get back up when you get knocked down. And on the attacking side of it, bit of a fun op, bit of a cheese pick here, as Reveal going to put themselves onto the Blackbeard. And fun fact about the Blackbeard is asking the questions in the post-interview, right? And we did over 100 matches. How many matches did we do? We did over 100 matches for sure last year, and asking the question, which operator do you want to ban forever? Goodbye, sayonara, see you later. The number 1 across the board was Blackbeard, so very funny to see him played here.
Definitely not very often, but I mean, bringing out, I'm not sure if he's playing that DMR, but it wouldn't surprise me based on how this team is playing so far here on Border.
Yeah, agreed. And so we're gonna get some intel and they suss out the horn that's sitting in customs. Bit of a panic gonna start to set in as the shots start to ring through. It makes the pinch is gonna start to happen. And as you can see, Blackbeard getting active on the main lobby, and it's gonna be Zofia gonna start to open up that customs or that detention area. Oh, Voyager to find one on to Blackbeard. Pre-fire across doesn't actually amount to anything outside of that Blackbeard death, which is huge.
Yep, taking him down early, so not going to have a little bit of an outsized impact. Going to have to do this on their own without him, and wow, what a shot. Again, these long-range angles, that's exactly what this team has set themselves up for. I like it, to be honest. Oh, and some siege timing. Just barely peeking out there from behind the site. Could have got a shot there on Kaid, but Mendez is going to take a double, and that plant is going down.
No kidding. The double really just takes the body balance heavily in favor of the wanted Goons. And now we find ourselves in a post-plant scenario, 1v4 all on the shoulders of nobody as the round is over, as the Goons have gooned again.
Seeing the AR come on in the end to grab those final kills, the DMR is putting a lot of pressure across the site, but the ARs being the important pieces to win those rounds. So far, Casual Mops have not been able to find a win on defense yet. Goons up 3-0 to start here as we head into round 4. Not necessarily unexpected. Border can be definitely attacker-sided.
Not can be, is for sure, right? I mean, we see it across the board. It's just one of the easier sites to get into as an attacker, or maps to get into as an attacker. All of that soft breach, doesn't matter what kind of barricades you have up, because you only get 10 of them, and you have to use them strategically to hold those zones. Oh yeah, this is an attacker-sided map. I wouldn't be surprised to see it 4-2 in the favor of wanted Goons. Already taken 3, right? So well on their way to hitting that standard split.
Well, so here's the other alternative to try and help deal with these long-range DMRs, okay? Again, a little bit more intel, bringing out the Maestro. We definitely talk about how much we love seeing Maestro on the board. Couple that with Last Hope playing the Clash. Hey, bringing out the shield and that mobile drone, that mobile intel here from the defense. And how she's going to help bring that out. Plus the health of the dock. I think this is a good alternative setup here. Bringing out something different for the defense. See if they can find their first win here against the wanted Goons on Border.
Yep. And I do love the call, right? The Clash, the Dock, the Kapkan, the Maestro. These are all operators that are meant for siege warfare, right? Really try to bunker down and lock in. And that's exactly what you have to do it against this very aggressive attack team. And speaking of aggression, they've got a couple on there. 2 drone ops for the attack team, is both Twitch and Bravo going to be on the board. The Blitz getting shown but not used just yet. It's still DMR City, though. 3 of them, 4 of them at least.
Oh, look at this. The Brava stealing the Maestro. Oh, no way. He's going to grab a double.
Holy cow.
Indeed. And they've got the possibility of taking the Kapkan as well.
My lord. They are just doing an incredible job taking all of that util and then now able to use it against their teams, even though it is broken. Huge play by the Bravo.
Yep, Clash so playing for this jump in. They know that we saw all the util grab here initially right off the bat from this attacking team, so they know that this is a definite possibility for the jump in, some sort of a quick plant, but looking like we're seeing the Goons take a slightly alternative approach, gonna go maybe for some vertical control. Everyone piled up on that tiny angle through the drone hole. It's gonna be dangerous if you're on the attacking team. TK, watch out, my guys.
Oh my lord. Is this the back and forth?
Who is that that's playing in there?
Does he know? He's so close for death. Oh no. Oh, is this a bait? Are they trying to bait him into laying down and getting headshot? That is, gotta be honest with you, that's cheeky as hell.
I mean, also going for the toes. As soon as he walks across that drone hole, we're still seeing them hold that angle on it, and not very aggressive for sure from a push standpoint. And there he goes. That was through the drone hole, and gonna see Clash fall. So now all up to the Maestro and the Wamai. He's gonna spend his time reloading. His team, I think, are still outside though for the most part.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they're drone hole killing. 3v2 now, 37 seconds left on the board, and like I said, this plays out in favor of the defense, right? Time starting to wind down, and there we go. Maestro to find a kill from the long range, knows that push is coming. Plant starting to go down. It's in the default location. Maestro really in place to set himself up really well. Oh, well, my, just getting close. Doesn't actually get the kill there. Okay, there we go. And now, post-plant scenario, 2v1. All they got to do is find this kill or hold for the cross. Come on, Casual. You can do this. I believe in you. And it's going to be a Z up top, but he's got the angle, and unfortunate for him, that's going to... Or unfortunate for Wamai, that's going to be the death here going off. Oh, a little bit of a bait, but it's not going to be enough. DMR going to ring out from line, and that's going to be another win in favor of the Goons. But really a great performance by the Casual Mops as they really started to bring that one back into their favor. That was a pretty close round and a valiant attempt by the Casual Mops.
They're going to try head back upstairs to this 2F site, right? Back up to the Armory Archives and see whether or not they can turn this one around and bring out a slightly different lineup. Again, heavy on the intel, bringing out the Maestro, the Valkyrie, and throw in the Solus. We saw Solus banned, I mean, really frequently, but in this case, with the Azami and the Fenrir out, leaves her available and on the board. So, how are we going to see Moderna play that? If you've got any of this intel, you've got that Dokubi coming out, plus all of the drones, going to be able to grab a lot of intel there on where the attackers are pushing from. Love to see that, another adaptation here from the Casual Mops.
You know what I'd love to see?
I want to
Let's
know.
really throw them off, right?
Okay.
Let's grab a castle and let's go customs. Right? How do you attack customs? I don't know. We never get a chance to do it. So, we head there. We bring the castle, we hold the vertical, and we bunker the hell down in customs area. That's what I'd love to see. That'd be a fun adaptation. And maybe, just maybe, might be enough of a throw-off, you know, to slow them down, because that's exactly what the Casual Mops need to do, right? They need to focus on slowing down this incredibly aggressive attack team. More trap operators, a little bit more towards the side of throwing them off, maybe some of those off picks on the operators, maybe some of those off angles, you know, really just put yourself in a non-traditional place for Siege. And I think we have a better shot at taking on this aggressive attack.
Well, definitely not seeing Solus play very aggressively, right? Playing back on site, not pushing any of these early fights on the exterior. We're gonna see Xer pushing in, but Goldboy very close here on the window, ready and waiting. We're gonna see who's gonna try and jump in here on the west to start with, making a push up, grabs a corner. But no, runs the wrong way, unfortunately. Not towards the danger, away from it, and we're seeing that blitz push in.
Oh my gosh, and he is going to find one too. As the bees start to come out and reveal the location, it's a 4v3. Takes another shot, is Real going to find the double now, pushing in, and a triple. Oh my gosh. Oh, not a triple, that was Glass that ended up taking that one, and it's quick and easy over with. Taking this into a 5-0 in favor of the Wand Goons. The thing is, too, is like it is not like Casual Mops are showing up, right? They're putting themselves in good positions, and it's so they're not going out and losing these rounds. It's the Wanted Goons are going out and just winning these, and they're winning them quick. And here's what we'll highlight, right? Let's watch Exer on the glass. What does he do immediately out the gate? He takes shots into the window. If it's uncontested, he takes that real estate immediately. Having done that, when he gets those shots fired on from Valkyrie, he has already got that door open and is able to push in, knowing that they're going to try to WASD their way out of there. and is able to get the kill, and then real estate upon real estate upon real estate. It's like the yeet and skeet, but with forward progression, and I freaking love it.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by
You nailed that, my guy. Now we're gonna see how are they gonna handle this again downstairs site. You know, they were close here from this defense. We saw the casual Mops put a pretty good hold in, bringing out the Clash. They're gonna try that setup again, right? Try the Maestro, try the Clash, try the Doc, adapt it a little bit here with the Aruni coming in.
I like it. A little bit of long range for some long range. Maybe try to force some of your in-your-face gun battles. Is that Mute gonna bring out with that shotgun, the close quarter combat king?
5 seconds remaining.
Well, and I like the other big one here, bringing out the Mute, right? Bringing out the Mute as he is going to be able to hopefully stop that Bravo. One of the things that really put this attack in a bad spot, or this defense in a bad spot during the last run, was that we saw a Bravo come in and steal a ton of this defensive utility right off the bat, and just weren't unable to use it to their advantage. So with the Aruni, with the Mute, hopefully they've got themselves in a position now to be able to hold down from a defensive utility perspective without losing it immediately.
Whiskey, I was going to say write that one down, but that hole is so small that there is just no way that me or you would be able to do anything about it. And look at this, Whiskey, a dynamic performance by the defense here as they now find themselves heavily up in the body balance, putting themselves into a 5v2 situation, and the casual Mops feeling pretty good here with that first minute of gameplay here on round number 6.
That's right. You said you wanted to see them go 4-2 on this defensive half. They're not going to get that 4-2, but they are trying to get themselves into a 5-1 half. And was that a drone hole kill? My guess is yes, because he was still holding that angle. Now getting himself set up and jumps right in immediately, trying to gain some of this real estate and put himself in a position for some of these long-range shots again. It's all up to Exige. And gonna have to fight the Clash with 3 of these defenders also pushing.
Oh no, Clash gets backed into a corner. Not what you want if you're a Clash player. Oh, there it is! Let's go, casual Mops! They're gonna clean it up on aisle 4 as Mute comes in with the shotty to say good night, my friend. It was the Black Eyes buff. The casual Mops take 1 on the first half. Let's freaking go.
I love the Black Ice buff. That's right, finding their first there as winning their last round on defense. Now the side swap. We're going to see how Casual Mops approaches their attack. Goons playing a very similar strategy almost every single round there. DMR, heavy presence, hold the long angles, even take some shots through drone holes, but definitely holding those long angles and not pushing until they had gained a lot of map control to start with. How are they going to play defense, though? If we're seeing the Goyo and the Mira potentially both with the Vector, it's a lot more close range action.
Yeah, it is. It's the gun for the face check outside of the shotty. I'm here for it. Solo's going to be back on the board.
Protect your bombs from being defused
Try to make
by
a
attackers.
statement and Capcan to slow down what is arguably going to be a very aggressive attack team, I think. And if it's a live by the glass, die by the glass scenario, as Voyager going to bring him out as well. So is that the deal then, Whiskey? Next time we play Border, we're going to tell the team it's DMRs only, or or you're trolling. Easy.
I mean, it's a unique strategy for sure. One question is, would it be successful in general? You got to have a setup. You got to have a team that feels comfortable playing the DMRs in general. That's the risk.
Wait, you have to be a good shooter too?
Yeah. That's an
doesn't
important
seem fair.
part. Yeah, that's an important part of that strat.
Nah, that seems unfair, to be honest with you. Okay.
Maybe have to put. We're gonna have to put a hold, or find a way to make it work. Is this gonna be a run out from Wamai?
Potentially here. What is he running out to? Take the top of bus there, or is he waiting for that valley entrance?
I think waiting for the top of bus, waiting for someone to make the
Ooh.
climb up.
Glass is in our spot. Vector gonna ring it.
No way.
No, he didn't just.
Did he take it from all the way back?
Bro, the spot where you do the shot through above the sign, that's where Glaz was. That's where the Vector freaking killed him from. Oh my lord. Shot's gonna ring out. Is Capcam gonna find or try for a run out here? 5-3 now in favor of the defense. As you're gonna see Exige getting active down below. He's got a little bit of intel here. I'm gonna try to open up this main wall and deal with this Mira. To run out. Oh, back inside. Oh my lord, the trade's back and forth. Run through to the other side. Now it's into a 1v4. It's all resting on the shoulders of Moderna, and he is going to be dealt with swiftly. Holy cow, that was crazy. The Vector spot. Wow.
So what we saw there at the setup, for sure an interesting play. We saw the Goons positioning themselves for runouts basically across the board, right? Maya covering the climb up onto the bus. It looked like we had Capcan originally playing downstairs on the main door. Solus for the run out in detention. They had themselves set up all over the map to hold those, but saw Casual Mops not approach from those positions and lasted much longer in that round than expected, all the way up until the Vector took one all the way back, all the way downtown, one-shot headshot. So now, what's this Casual Mops team gonna do? Goons are on match point. Bring out the blitz. I like that aggression.
Me too. Match it. Fire with fire. Big fan. Let's go, Casual Mops. It is the hour in which you need to be active, my friends.
That's right. If you're just joining us, this is joining the Siege Double Shot here, casting the Zenith Competitive League Season 1 Open Qualifiers. Any team could register here for the Open Qualifiers. We've got a couple great teams in the lineup. We're seeing currently the Wanted Goons. This was the team that came in one of the top 8 in Element 2. Also, Arial Arise joining us as well. 51 teams joined the Open Quals. The top 8 after the weekend here, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, making it into the next phase of this tournament, all fighting for $1,000 first place prize.
Yeah, huge. And looks like they got themselves set up for a bit of a quick execute. Lion. Oh no, they took the Finka off the board. So Buck for that verticality, and Dokkaby and Lion to help suss him out. And of course, the Glaz for retribution.
That's right. Love seeing him come out. All the reasons that we saw Glaz brought out initially, still great reasons for him to continue to be on the board. But the run out there on detention, not able to claim one's going to go. Maya able to grab that reveal, taking on Voyager. That's an unfortunate loss. So many close shots there. And Goons playing extremely aggressively here on the run out. Nice shot in the chat. All down to Last Hope. So fitting, my friend.
Fittingly named, yeah, fittingly named. It's a flawless round for the defense, and that's a GG's on the board. And gonna be honest with you, that was still a really fun match to watch. You know, the Casual Mops just put up a valiant attempt on border, but in the end, it was just overpowered DMR work, attack, run in, click heads. Win conditions were just crazy. Last Hope, fittingly named so, taken out in the end, and it's going to be Wanted Goons. Goons, and they move on, of course.
Yeah, that's right. So, like we said, if you're just joining us here at Zenith Competitive League Season 1, we're going to get set up for the next match here in this bracket. It's a double elimination bracket. We're going to find out which teams are ready to go, get themselves casted as we roll on through the night.
Heyo.
Let's go.
Searching for the
That is the greatest moment in my life, bro.
What's up and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players. It's match number 3 coming at you as Arial Arise looks to top over Fuel Esports. I am still the Reverend Whiskey Glitter, and with me, as always, is Mr. Whiskey Run. What's up, Whiskey?
Welcome back, everyone, to the Zenith Competitive League Season 1. We are in the open quals, my friend, and getting to see a couple matches tonight. We are heading ourselves into the round of 16, and currently the top team by the score, the round differential there, Arial Arise, the number 1. They're the team that we're going to be casting here on this round of 16, taking on Fuel. They're sitting down there in the number 12 spot at the bottom of this. So one of the biggest spreads we're going to see here tonight. Expected, certainly to go one way, but is Fuel going to be able to bring out what it takes to beat Arial Arise tonight? Take a look at those two teams. And I know this Arial Arise team, one that for sure we know and love. Sen standing in for some of the main members there. And then Fuel is a new team for us. Haven't had a chance to cast them before. So we're going to see how they take on this Arial Arise, the T2 team playing here in the Zenith Open Quals. $1,000 for first place, my guy.
Hey, yo, let's go. So, taking a quick look at their, did that say 100% win rate?
I believe it did. That's a pretty good stat rolling into OPL for them. So, yeah, 100% win rate. We'll see how it goes. The map tonight is Border. I know, one of your favorites. We have not had a chance to cast Oregon tonight, and I think, man, I'm here for it.
Would you say have not had a chance? Boy, you make that sound so positive. We haven't had to cast Oregon at all tonight, and it's been a blast.
That's
yeah,
right.
heading on to Border, and I think we're probably going to see a lot of what we just saw in the last match, right? A lot of DMR play, a lot of long range, a lot of shoot through the walls and try to get it over quickly, right? This is going to be a really aggressive map, as it is supposed to be. And with that, my friends, we're in. Let's get going. Band-wise, we're going to see pretty much the same as what we've been watching, I imagine. The Dokkaebi, the Ying, the Fenrir, probably the Azami taken off the board as she's so huge, especially for dictating the pace of how a round is going to be played. But first, we got to get rid of some attackers. Who are you thinking?
I think you're right. The Ying Azami just very OP here on this map, but said in the setup, we've never had a chance to cast Fuel. We casted Arial Arise many times as part of the OCS on the Outlast Gaming NA channel. It's our first time casting Arial Arise here on the Siege Double Shot channel, but they're definitely much more conventional. I don't know. I don't know that I would have picked Thatcher for the border attack. Arial Arise going with something more conventional there with the Dokkaebi, like you called out at the beginning.
Well, no, Thatcher's a good pick here, right? Because traditionally you see him banned out because of his ability to get through the wall. Well, that doesn't matter as much here. Why do we see the Thatcher banned? We see him banned because he's so great at taking out that util that is surely going to be sitting on that East Balk and West Balk areas, right? We're talking Maestro Cams, Thorn Traps, Malusis, anything to slow that push down. A Thatcher EMP straight through the door, going to give yourself some time to get a plant going. Thatcher, I think, is a good ban on Border.
Yeah. Combine that with Fenrir off the board, definitely saw him being a little devastating there. It's such a small map, trying to find those ways into funneling the attackers through. You've got to get some areas open, and if Fenrir is blocking off some of those routes, definitely makes it a lot of trouble to get in. We're going to finish it off with the Mira ban. Saw Mira played pretty frequently here, basically in all of our maps. Lots of play on Cafe when we casted that earlier tonight. Going to be off the board to start with, though.
Ooh, and this is unfortunately Fuel's worst map, statistically speaking, as for OPL. So this could be a little tough here, but you know what? It's open quals. This is where some of the magic happens. See some things that you're not really ready for, and I already love the defensive line to it, right? They know that there's going to be some aggression. So what do? We try to combat that with the Legion and the Clash. Couple of and a C4 on the board, some impacts to slow them down. Not a bad setup here for Fuel. Let's see what Ariel's going to be bringing to the table as far as attack. I imagine it's going to be fairly aggressive, right? Line to suss them out. Ayana with that gadget that just lasts. I mean, I guess forever, right? You can just keep utilizing it as long as you wait for that the warm up yet again. Ace to open it up and Ash to get inside quickly. We're gonna get into it.
Attacker's objective is to locate.
I was wondering whether or not we were going to see a spawn peek, see some very aggressive defensive play here from the Fuel team, but no, they're going to take a little bit more of a subdued approach, hang back for a second. Not going to jump right in and push themselves out, but it is open quals. It's the opportunity for anybody to get a chance to play one of these teams.
Ooh.
And Fuel is going to get the first kill, but quickly traded out by Inrio.
Yeah, Inrio, and just pushing in, going to get themselves up to the top of metal. Very quickly, Doc could find himself in trouble if he doesn't know that that's coming.
Got that drone covering this spot. They've got the ping going out. Going to take a shot, not going to hit anyone there.
Yeah. So as we sit 4-4, there we go. Jeez, found the Doc. Got him taken off the board now. Body bounce tipped in favor of Arial Rise, and they're going to start to make that push in through the east about area. Lion get himself prepared. Do so. Flash going to start to feel some of that pressure. As the west bout getting opened up here in the armory locker breach here. There's another shot. Huge shot. Oh my lord. And just like that, just comes the trade to bring out P10 to find one. 417 to respond, and Clash goes down as poison. Gonna clean that one up. Sheesh.
Yeah, what
Going
a shot.
well, back and forth, and then it just evolved into a 3v1 and to a 3v none.
Definitely fast-paced, right? Seeing this, Arial Rise pushing in very fast, trying to not waste any time, not give the Fuel any time to set up and feel comfortable, right? The pressure immediately on a team that, we don't know. Potentially, it's a good team from playing from Canada. It looked like so. Maybe they've got a few wins under their belt, but it doesn't seem like Arial Rise wants to give them any time to get comfortable and think about it. They're going to be very aggressive to start off.
Yeah, let's talk about this defense, right? It's going to switch it up just a tad. We talked about her being so important, and here she's going to be utilized as zombie or Adeline, depending on where you hail from. Just really able to transform this whole landscape, this whole real estate, and can do a lot to setting the pace, right? And that's what Arial Rise did so effective on that last round. They walked in and clicked heads. It was a trade-out game all the way until it wasn't anymore. And I think the zombie pick here, coupled with the prankster, the alibi, this could be a good little setup here for the defense.
I do like the alibi, right? Try and confuse again, but it's going to be a complete west side push from the valley. Again, seeing the Arial Rise team push their way in could be very quick.
Yeah. The same lineup for this attack team. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Oh my gosh, is he going to catch him running across? Oh, the shot comes through, but it's going to be just barely surviving. Now takes still into a 5v5. Got to deal with Brendo down here in the... Oh my lord.
The Azami shoddy, let's go, but Buck pushing his way in. They've got a ton of map control at this point. We're seeing this defense try and make their way back to site, unfortunately. They're not in Arial Rise. They got complete map control at this point. Brendo, the only one left from the Fuel team, gonna go down a long ways across the map. Ayana taking him down.
Who's with the double to clean it up? Huge. Very quick, very good. Yep, forced the retake by the defense, and it's 2 in favor of Arial Rise, and it's 2 decisively. But we called this whiskey an attacker-sided map, right? We don't want to take anything away from Fuel here, as they only really need to catch 2 and then match that aggression on the other side of the board. The big question mark here is, are they going to be able to do that? Right? They got to get that entry pick. What is the win condition? Right? How are they going to pull that scoreline close and take their first dub?
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Great question. I don't know if we know how to answer that yet, but we're gonna see them head downstairs here to the bathroom tellers setup. It's funny seeing Border twice tonight, right? Really unusual, even in the open quals in this best of one. To be able to see it is a little bit surprising.
It is surprising, except for the fact that it's going to be the aggressive teams that are going to pick Border, right? So it's surprising in the same way that it's really not.
5 seconds
Uh,
left.
I like it, and I want more of it. You know, it's my favorite map, my friend.
Attackers must locate and
So
defuse
how
the
do we
bomb.
combat that aggressive lineup from the attack team? Bring out a little bit of trap. Slow down of Malusi and the Thorn. I think these are great additions. This is a great adaptation. And we're going to see the F2 come out, not the DMR from Twitch, which could get a little bit interesting. Devastating in the hands of the right person who's got the knowledge. Oh my lord. Just rips him off the board. DMR to take another one. And Takari gets taken off the board. Now it's a 5v3 just like that for 30 seconds. C4 to ring out, not going to claim anybody. Going to hold on to the pixel, waiting for that jump in. Brendo alone and isolated up top.
That's right, Twitch doing her work, trying to clear out this utility, make this push in all that much easier. Gonna find, and there is a long shot in, again with that DMR, taking down Malusi. She's down, gonna try and find her quick before is able to be recovered.
Huge shot. It's the reason I love Border. That exact thing. Never even saw it coming. That takes us into a 5v2, all on the shoulders of Cade and Wamai. One of them who isn't even inside, who's outside, could be dangerous here. Poison. Pre-fire in every single angle. They didn't. Oh yeah, because that wasn't inside. That's like, never rotate. There it is. Easy peasy. Baconator gonna claim 2 to make it a flawless round.
That's right, gets the opportunity here to grab the double, finds the one hiding in customs at the last spot there. Going up 3-0 to start as we head into round 4. Fuel had a good run so far, but they're going to be meeting their match here as heading into one of the great T2 teams in Siege. Arial Arise finding a quick 3.
Yep, that's the round rotate done, but here's what we could see here, right? This could be where the adaptation comes into play, right? They've been studying it. Arial Arise is a team that you have no doubt seen VODs on. If you've ever watched the Siege Double Shot Boys, the Whiskey Boys, we've cast them lots of times. There's plenty of video on how they play, and maybe it's just getting some reaction. Right now, they're going to adapt to the gameplay that they've seen. What do we see different? Tubero and Solus and the Smoke coming on the board. Oh, this is a fun adaptation, and I think could be the key to getting them their first win. Keep switching it up, you know, and see what's going to make the difference here.
I would have loved to have seen the Tubero paired up with one of the Hardbreach Denials, though. The Bandit, I mean, that's the real, I think really his real advantage comes in. And I know we're still seeing teams develop the strategy to find a way to make him the most effective, but that feels like an important piece of it. Mason going to be playing downstairs with that op, though, on that detention wall.
Maybe hoping for a bit of some footprints for a C4.
Yeah, that's a definite possibility.
And Legion, of course, holding on to this stair. It's going to be Inrio going to take a look and suss out where the heck he's even at. And Legion not going to take the chance. He's going to WASD his way out of there. Set himself up in a better position for the fight. The run out, not coming up with anything here. A bit of a think of boost, giving that little edge as they start to push just directly in, right? We're looking at side direct here. Going to clear out under just a little bit, make sure there's no C4s to take him off the board. Inrio going to find the first death as Solus going to take him off the board. It is going to get traded out, and there's going to be the treble trade. Oh my god, on both sides of the board. Now we're putting ourselves into a 3v2 Whiskey. That all happened within the first minute. We're about to see another one right here. It's Mai looking to get active. Mai, the last alive now as they're pushing into sight. Needs to find one to get close to equalize up. He is so far away from sight. It just is a tough climb back.
Yeah, gonna have to try and push his way in, but right now, not seeing. Yep, there's the plant going down. It's gonna put a little bit of pressure on him. And Woos is so close holding this position. Is he going to be able to get this? Yes, able to flank. Okay, that's one. Still got 2 left with Sen and Poison upstairs. Legion got to find his way in. Poison going to take him down. after dropping the hatch, coming around from behind on metal.
If you're gonna take the scenic route, little flake steak, little mashed potatoes and flake steak, my friend, as Poison cleans up the round, and it's a nice 4-0, a perfect 4-0 for Arial Rise against Fuel. Just got to take 1 or 2. Fuel, we believe in you. You can do it. Let's put together the winning opportunity. Bunker down, baby. Let's not keep so much off site. You know that they are going to be pushing towards a site and they're going to do it aggressively. Let's get a bit of that bunker down. Let's play a little bit more of that buddy system, and try to isolate potentially some of these players that are pushing solo. You can do it, Fuel. We believe in you.
Indeed, my friend. Here we are. Fuel finding their spot here. They're going for the Rook armor. We talked about Rook and his stat relative to Ubisoft's balancing changes. Always on the high end. 2% better chance of winning the round when he's out, generally. So, is he going to be the difference maker here? Couple extra hit points. Maybe all you need to win a gunfight or two when it matters. So, Rook out there. The only problem is that's his only piece of utility. Nothing active. All passive utility. The active utility going to be left for Solus and Vigil there, making the runs around the map, trying to find out, maybe catch some of these roamers, maybe catch an early pick. Hopefully they can even up that body balance, get an advantage, and convert that into a round win.
I'd like to see them play together on this one, but it doesn't look like it's going to be the case here. Vigil up in top security, and Solus hanging down in that lower garden area. Open, as some would call it. This is the push right in. Lion going to get taken off the board. Buck in the engagement does get the refrag and finds a double tough kill. Now it puts us into a 4v3.
That was the Rook. That was the passive utility, but okay, still have Goyo and Solus playing downstairs, or with a Rooney upstairs.
They got a little bit of an intel as the yellow ping going out. Maybe trying to catch somebody. It's going to be a bit of alert from the top. Oh, whew. Jeez.
Oh, a quad. Are they going to let him try and go for the ace? Woo's going crazy. Poison getting that plant down, but no pauses with the hatch opening up. Aruni taking a little bit of a, potentially a little bit of a team pause here. They've still got 1:48 left in the round, but that plant finally going down. They're going to definitely have themselves held. And no, yeah, it appears he's going to take that hold and, you know, a little bit of a team timeout and talk about it. It looks very good for a 5-0 start for Arial Rise here on Border in what is the round of 16 in the Zenith Competitive League Open Quals.
Yeah, no kidding. Tough position to find yourself in, and you called it a bit of a faux timeout as he's just trying to bait a bit towards getting, you know, pad the KD a little bit. Maybe they all run in towards him, but only have him 5 seconds. It's going to be Poison to get the knife. A man after my own heart takes a melee and puts him down. And you're right, 5-0 perfect start there.
Well, to clean it up with a melee at the end of that round, definitely just putting their literal mark there on that one. Feeling pretty good, obviously, going in. Had a few, definitely cleaned out the early rounds here in the Zenith Competitive League quickly. They're going for that $1,000 prize pool, earning their spots. The top 8 teams out of the qualifiers tonight moving on, or out of this weekend. 51 teams started. Going to whittle it down to 8 to face the 8 invited teams for a total of 16 once we hit the phase 2 of this tournament.
Yeah. Yep, yes, sir. One more before the half is over. There we go. Bringing some more new ops to the table. I like it. I like that we're trying different things out, right? Seeing if something's gonna stick. Maestro coming out, and if you're new to Siege or you're new to the last season, Maestro got himself a bit of a rework. 3 cams now instead of 2, coupled up with the captain slow him down. I like it. Thunderbird for a bit of the health, right? They're getting bits and pieces taken off with them. Maybe survive a bit longer. Maybe get yourself back up into that gameplay with the Thunderbird. Big fan here. You know what I'd like to see also from Arial Rise? It would be fun to see a quick plant up the hatch instead of just going for the kills.
That's right. That crazy objective-based gameplay, that would for sure be fun to see.
Okay, here we go. Getting started. It's going to be Woos trying to get active yet again. Susses out quick that nobody is close. You're going to see him enter into that break room and try to force the contest pretty early on. There he is. You can hear that buck going in. Oh, the run out. Gonna find one. Let's go. Inrio taken off the board now. Putting body balance tipped in favor of Fuel here. That's a good way to start the round. Oh, does get evened up. Is Poison going to find Makari? Poison going to find a double now on to Brendo. Send on to Purzon now as well. And this is 3v2 as it gets traded out. And it's going to be an Arial Rise win and a perfect half for Arial Rise as they sit 6-0.
What a crazy way to end that one for sure. Good half. We head ourselves into round 7. Match point. There it is. Now, we're going to get to see Fuel on one attacking round at least. Arial Rise starting their defense here of border. Attacker-sided map, certainly, but an obvious skill difference between these two teams so far. Unfamiliar with Fuel, but right now, Arial Rise playing the way that for sure we expect them to and have seen them play in the past. They're definitely firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, that is the truth. A bit of trolling in the chat as well. Woos, you're getting called out, my friend. They pegged you. They know. They got you. They're on to you, my friend. Fun setup here for the defense. Thorn for the trap, Factor for the intel, Poison bringing out that rook, wanting that extra bit of wind delta magic and auras. Be a fun op to be brought around the board. Able to traverse horizontally and vertically, quicker than, of course, anybody else inside of the game here. Gonna go for a bit of a quick plant here for Fuel. If we have a bunch of roamers, could be a pretty cool call here. Glass to see through the smoke and Ying to just blind everybody. The old you can't see, I can't see, nobody can see strat, and I like that one.
That's right. So now seeing a complete east push here, so very similar. We've got the Monty is on. The last time we saw border, Monty was banned out, so didn't see that push. And no, gonna drop one walking up the stairs. Fuel gonna now try and use that Monty, that walking drone, to figure out who was pushing in from that position. Who was covering the door as they walked themselves in. They're taking one all the way from the west side as well.
Oh, Poison now with the double kill, taking both Glaz and Gridlock off the board. Is going to be traded out. Is Monty's going to get taken out? Let's go.
That's the diffuser down.
That's tough. Unfortunate. Oh. Oh my lord. Was that the long distance? Jeez,
it was, man. It certainly was. So who is going to push the lone attacker outside? Who's going to push the Ying from outside?
They're sending in every single Candela. A bit of a troll here. I love it. Smoke's coming out, C4 to ring, nothing gonna be found from that, and this is a tough spot to find themselves in. It's gonna be shots from everywhere. Now, of course, they know where they are. Ooh, gonna find one now into a 2v1. Could be looking towards getting our first roll or win if they keep throwing the bodies at it here. It is the Sen bringing out the Deagle.
And why not? You've certainly got plenty of opportunity here. Bodies, and they kept trading positions and not able to get that last kill. Sen able to find it. The intel coming out for sure. GG's. Incredible job there from Fuel to keep up and fighting against one of the best teams in North America that's not in the pro leagues, and they certainly deserve to be there. Arial Rise taking that one in a 7-0 going down. Great game by them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, it was not wholly unexpected. It was a valiant attempt by Fuel. I loved seeing the adaptations. I loved seeing the op swaps. I loved seeing, you know, just the various attempts at trying to slow down this incredibly aggressive team. But in the end, you've heard me say it before, Arial Rise just being the hungrier, more dominant team, they said, hey, we're going to walk into border. We're going to show you how to play it. Welcome to my TED Talk. And it was a very clinical walk in and face check everybody approach. So Arial Rise takes it. We're going to move on to our next game. We're not sure quite who that is yet. It's going to be a similar scenario, folks. We're going to be waiting for the last other games to finish. Since it was a 7-0, it was pretty quick. There might be a bit of a pause, but sit back, relax, because when we come back, it's going to be some more Siege. Ayo.
Let's go.
What's up, and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players. We're back for another match, and it's a lower bracket elimination. It's one person moving on and one person taking that proverbial bus ride home. I'm still the Reverend Whiskey Glitter, and with me, as always, my partner and co-host, Mr. Whiskey Run. Ayo.
Let's go. Time for another round here in the Zenith Competitive League Open Qualifiers. This time, upper bracket taking a pause for the night. We head ourselves down to the lower for an elimination. This is a double elimination bracket, trying to find the top 8 teams out of the 51 that joined this open qual fighting. So Arial Arise absolutely clobber fuel. Crazy. So now, what do we got on the stats page? Oh, it just decided to not load for a second. Oh, there it goes. So still Arial Arise sitting at the top, Goons sitting there in that 5th position, and a couple great teams here. They're still playing in the upper bracket. That's going to continue tomorrow. So now, as we take a look at these two specifically, we're looking at F5 taking on the Canadian Otters. Some of these names you've heard before, bringing out some favorites. Gonna see we've casted Vital as part of Venom Esports or Venom Nation a few different times, as well as this F5 roster in the Outlast Arena League several times. So some teams you know and love, and we are taking ourselves to Clubhouse, my friend.
Yep, and I can't freaking wait for it. Clubhouse, the great equalizer, right? Could go one of two ways. Could see a very aggressive, cheeky start to it on the attack side of it, or we're going to see some traditional siege being played out. Gym Bedroom and Church Arsenal being the favorites for primary site and secondary backup. We do the CCTV as that tertiary site, but I don't know. Yeah, F5 is a fun team to watch, right? We've said we've seen them play quite a few times. They're definitely down to bring out some of those cheekier strats. So there's potential we see a bar stage hold here. I don't know. I'm excited to see what we're going to bring to the table. So here's what we're going to do, folks. We're going to get this lobby. Yep, get this lobby set up. Make sure everything is good to go, and so sit back, relax. When we come back, we're going to bring you some siege. Ayo.
Let's go.
Okay, folks, what's up and welcome back. It's Clubhouse in all its glory. Get ready for some phenom lower black bracket elimination play. This is going to be really insane. Why? Because it's all in the line. Who do you think we're getting rid of, Mr. Whiskey Run?
I mean, it's a match on Clubhouse, so that always brings out some of the fun changes. So I'm thinking Mav, Hibana potentially.
Ooh, there it is. There's that Hibana play right out the gate. The Hatch Queen, vital for getting some of those open, especially when impact tricking is so prevalent as it is on Church and Arsenal. So what are you thinking, Mav or Monty for the next?
No, they go with the standard. Dokkaebi just banned out an incredible amount of time. We're gonna see the stats on how she comes out zenith at the end of this this giant open qualifier with 51 teams. But I'm thinking it's pretty high because she's banned in almost every game we've had tonight. Only one exception, the Wanted Goons. She was played in that massive DMR battle on border. But tonight, head into Clubhouse. So Solus gonna be the next one to go. And question, is it going to be one of the hard breach? Are we going to see Kaid off? Hard breach denial?
Ooh. Could be. Or maybe the Tubero.
Wow, there it is. Coming in clutch at the last second with absolutely nailing that band. And yeah, Tubero off the board. We have seen teams ban him out just because of that FPS glitch. Not wanting to deal with it. Not wanting to worry about whether or not you're going to have that problem going into the match. So, better to take them off the board. It does leave Mira, Fenrir, Azami, and Valkyrie available to be played. And we're getting 3 of the 4 right there.
Yeah, right out the gate. I love it. And we're going to go down to the Church Arsenal hold to start us out. Azami, right? She's been huge in this Church Arsenal play, and of course in that CCTV and catwalk play as well. But here's what we love to see, and you can see her setting it up right now as she put a Kiva barrier close to that kitchen hatch. What she's doing is she is setting up a trench warfare right in that corner, in that dirt corner, which is going to basically oversee all of B, both directions. Be able to watch the hatch drop, be able to watch the push in from blue, and hold the dirt area, potentially also stopping that main push from coming down. So, I mean, a pivotal position and a critical push point here, especially if she's left alive long enough to get all of those keep bears out and really dig in.
That's right, and it looks like she's heading herself upstairs. We're gonna see a run out here. Potentially, it's looking like Knight in position there with the Azami. Even though she's got all that active utility, no, they're gonna take a snipe at her. See whether or not Grace does not go down. So Buck's still there, and we see those defenders heading back down secret. He pushes in through that open door. We just saw that run out.
Yeah, no kidding. And that was just some aggressive play right out the gate, but then back down to sight. So playing aggressive and smart. I like the call here. On the attacking side of it, we've got some fun ops as well. Because we don't have Hibana on the board, we got to do some alternate entry for getting those hatches open. Somebody that you talk about all the time as being huge for that. Maverick going to be on the board. Not somebody that we've seen too often lately.
That's right. I mean, Maverick, one of the reasons we talked about at the onset of him being banned out is that silent entry into dirt, the opening up of these hatches, even though Hibana is not there, and while they're electrified, save some of that util. And that defender running down the stairs, trying to hide from Donut, playing the Mav as they get down to this main. And Fenrir runs across just the last second. Boy, he's had 2 shots at him, not taking it.
Well, doesn't want to give away his position on a might not get it kill. And now the flash comes out, right? He saves his life, and it's going to be the JDM to find the kill onto Charismatic. Ooh, but gets traded out as some hatch play going to be ringing out. Donut on the scenic route, going to go try to potentially push down that blue area instead. Gridlock setting up those tracks. And we're sitting at a 4-4 with a minute 15, and we're going to see the 20-second play out.
This is crazy, though. We're seeing Stealth playing the Mira, not holding down those windows on this flank upstairs. But no, Maverick knew that she was up there. Must have had an audio cue. So now Stealth getting himself back downstairs into that church area. Going to hold. We've got all members of this defense down now.
Yeah, that's a tough one, especially in what world do you let a Mira live, a roaming Mira live? He was being stealthy. Stealth being stealth, my friends. So there's going to be the kill on the Maverick, and going to take Gridlock down, and it's just going to start to fall apart here for the attacking team as we now find ourselves in a 4v1. All left on Chowder's shoulders as he does swing down, but he's going to get Stealth with Vector. Going to clean that one up in the end of it. It's going to be the defense to take one. So they're going to move on to that secondary site, I imagine, gym bedroom.
I think it's pretty likely, but no, they're going to go cache CCTV. I like seeing something a little bit different. We've been talking, that's kind of a theme for the night. seeing these best of ones. We got $1,000 for first place on this tournament on the line. The top 8 from this weekend qualify for that tournament, trying to find a way to win the money, and that means maybe being unconventional, not playing the standard siege, because, you know, playing some, you've got this one shot at it. What can you do with your one shot, best of one, to make it happen?
Yeah, and here's the highlight pick here. Is going to be the castle. Not a great win delta percentage in the ranked world, but I think in the comp it probably differs just a bit. It's going to be the downward extension, and that has just been so fun to watch recently. Really holding that swamp area allows you to cut off all of the rotates underneath. It defends from the verticality of bucking underneath and holding on to that breach denial. It stops the garage push, it stops the lounge push. It's just absolutely a go to play here. I really enjoy the castle car for CCTV, and it kind of revamps it, right? It kind of gives some new life into CCTV and cash, because it is widely considered almost an unplayable site as a defender because it's so easy to attack. It's so default in its structure.
That's right. Now getting to see this this Maverick come up. This is what we talked about having him here for. They've got the Kaid on the board on the defense. They know that, but he's going to try and open up some spots. These lines of sight in on that main wall and attacked immediately, but not thermite. Is he going to try a Kaid trick?
Are they going for the cage? Is that what they're trying to get? No, he's just creating those sight lines, and of course they do get that wall open. Lex bolt. They're close onto the rotate.
That's the angle right there.
Write that down, Whiskey.
That's right, trying to find a shot onto the Sazami. The other defender, though, waiting, not quite ready for a run out there, hearing those repels go. Stealth downstairs, holding that swamp area, and garage with Castle playing down.
Yeah, no kidding. Stealth really doing a great job of stalling out this garage push. We'll see this attack team. Oh, there we go. Maverick, how I just love him. The resurgence of the Mav play, and honestly, I'm here for it, especially with being involved. It is going to be Lexer to find the kill on Donut. We now find ourselves first death of the round number 2, and it is going to be on the side of the attack team. Yeah, kind of already did his job though, Whiskey.
That's right, and still seeing, we've got a lot of players out here. Still, look at Charismatic has got all of this utility from Capital. He's got both of the fires, both of the smokes, trying to get some shots in, and there it is, breaks it out. Oh, I thought he was going to drop a fire on those. Maybe that was his intention.
Oh, my lord, pays the price for daring to put fire up. Finds a double, finds a triple demon! Oh, my lord! Living up to his namesake and just wreaking havoc. Holy cow, what a freaking triple.
Wow, take a look at that. And in the chat, Happy, thanks for rating us and bringing back. I loved the idea that you had there with the NFL style, all of the different cams going. It was a pretty cool setup. Glad that you could join us here for this lower bracket game. F5 taking on the Canadian Otters. It's a do or die game, so one of these two teams going home. Yep,
that's true. Now we're going to see that third round played, and we're going to call Gym Bedroom Turf Site for at least this first round. Which is strange.
What world is the Gym Bedroom, the tertiary site? But here we are, round 3, F5 taking that strat and bringing out the Bandit, coupling that with the Mira, this layered defense that you talk about so often. Gonna set up, maybe do some Bandit tricking here on the main wall, but then potentially putting the Bandit battery down to protect the Mira in the bathroom, covering this jacuzzi side take. Add in a couple castles on the gym and the bedroom specifically, and it's a very typical 2F site hold here for Clubhouse.
Yeah, you're right. They're really building up the layered onion defense here. But here's what's fun with the bans that we saw out, the Hibana being one of them. That leaves room for the Ying on the board. 4 Candelas for some absolutely devastating push-in capabilities. I'm here for it. And, of course, we haven't even touched on it this evening. Mira just recently reworked. Now, Ash, who we already, of course, were seeing a ton of in the competitive scene. Ash now able to take those mirrors and turn them just really into a regular barricade by cracking the mirror from a distance. Callie also allowed to do the same thing. And they're going to get this hot tub wall opened here pretty quickly.
Just waiting on Thatcher, Charismatic to get up there, and there it's going to be coming down. Thermite going to try and get it open. Not seeing the bandit trick. Stealth playing downstairs in the garage, so they've got that one open. Jacuzzi wide open here.
Wow, Stealth, yeah. He's going to pay for not being on site as he does go down. He's going to get taken off the board as Donut puts some holes into Stealth, and now we're sitting in a 5v4 as Canadian Otters go up in body balance. Still just inside of 2 minutes left, and actually go into it quite heavy now as the L85 going to claim the life in the dome piece of Night.
A little bit of trolling in the chat going on before this match, but right now the Canadian Otters not interested in it. Like, they're locking in, definitely picking up this gameplay here on round 3.
Grenade rings out, not going to find anybody, and now it's going to be double kill for DeGrace as he is down to a 20 HP and a dream scenario, but it's a 5v2, bit of a tough climb back here for this defense. Still got the relative safety of the mirror to try to fall behind, but no, unfortunately, it's going to be a triple kill as the L85 going to claim another live. It's now all on the shoulders of Demon. We did see him clutch it up on the last round, but we're going to have to see him ace to do it here, and that's going to be a plant going down, so time not going to be on his side here.
Yeah, this is definitely a different kind of a round that we saw him clutch up previously. Yes, he's sitting 3-0, but now the diffuser's down. The attacking team had complete site control. They know where he's at. Even if he could win 1 or 2 gunfights, it was not going to be enough. DeGrace taking him down. I've heard exactly where he was coming from. So they take their first round here on Clubhouse, balancing it out. F5 continuing this defensive hold. Going to see how they handle. Now going back downstairs to the church arsenal.
Yep. Back down to the primary side as the round to rotate is... The first one is done data, and we're going to see a very similar lineup to what we saw earlier, with the exception of Knight putting themselves onto the Orcs. So a bit heavier of the roam game here. Be a menace all over the board. I like the call, to be honest with you. I love Orcs play whiskey.
Indeed, yeah. You don't get to see him very often in competitive play, right? Not one of the operators that's typically played. You've got so many other operators that bring a lot of utility defensive-wise. There's a reason we call the 5 the golden rings, is because they're such an important part of almost any defense. So it's not often that Oryx makes the list. So what interesting strat does this F5 team have set up and ready for us?
Whatever it is, it's going to be sussed out. Potentially, you've got the 0 on the board. Never mind. They're going to take that off. No intel on the side of the attack team. They're going to go for more of... I mean, how do you call it default when some of your your operators are banned off the board for it? Gridlock, that flank watch, Ying to cause the problems as they drop hatch in to potentially go for that execute. And the can openers for that potential hatch play. Outside of that, it's solely relying on Thermite to potentially get those open.
Oh, I thought we were... I thought we were going to maybe see a run out there from Lexer playing on Wamai, but no, he's not going to actually take that engagement. He's going to hold back for a sec, run himself all the way around the map. Looked like he was going to jump out that secret window, but they're going to get this Moto hatch open quick, or a blue hatch open to start with.
Yep. Easy. Now, is Cade? Here's the question: what's Cade doing? Is he doing some tricking, or is he leaving those alone and going for the C4 in the fight instead? He's going for some cam work. Oh yeah, he is tricking. Let's go.
He's in that spot, but doesn't look like gonna hop off of it. Maybe take this engagement as the player's coming down from oil pit.
Potentially. Ooh, shots ringing out. Ash gonna take a bunch of damage. Just find that kill. Is still pushing up, aggressive, and gonna pay the price for that aggression is DeGrace, the hero of the last round who pulled the quad piece, gonna die for their heroics going up catwalk this time. Body balance is now shifted in favor of F5 Esports. And that feels pretty good if you're on the defense. Oh, there's the refrag.
That's right, Charismatic getting one in the air. Yeah, we were seeing Thermite taking the long rotated round. Now they've congregated here, coming in the lounge or secret, covering this entry in.
Defense doing a great job, though, right? And Oryx just died at a minute and a half left into the round, which means that he did a really fantastic job of, oh man, Candella's coming out, of setting the pace for the round and really stalling out this defense. But as I said it, they're starting to push in, and there's Donut that's going to fall, even though the Candelas were ringing in. Gridlock to fall next, and it is just falling apart for this this attack team as they now find themselves in a 4v2 situation, having to break open the door and give away their location.
They've got the entry in, but now he's all alone, and Azami is going to push this quick, take a fight, potentially a bit of an empty frag, but Chowder not willing to give it up yet, going to continue to push, wants to even this match round count up here against F5, but they've got a double here on this defending squad, just watching the entrance to dirt.
With C4s and impacts to boot. There's one C4 ringing out, and they've got just enough time to keep doing it, even if he pushes. Oop, another C4, 2 impacts, 7 seconds left, and that's going to be the end of the round here. They're going to take a bit of a faux timeout and talk about it.
That's right, not going to get another one of those empty frags, going to still play the dirt tunnel, not going to make the push in. Not a bad way to go, right? You don't necessarily need to throw it away at the end. Like you said, take a little second, talk about it, decide what you want to do. F5 is up 3-1 as we start off here on their defensive half on Clubhouse. Again, this is a best of 1 in the Zenith. If you're just joining us, appreciate everybody being here. There's a lot of Siege you could be watching. Glad you're here with us watching the ZCL Season 1 Open Quals. In the lower bracket, trying to find out who is going to make that top 8 at the end of the weekend and move on to the season.
Ayo, let's go. Back up to Cash and CCTV. They're going to sit themselves in a 3-1 position. Not wholly unexpected here for F5 Esports being on the defense. Right, we could see the 4-2 split here pretty easily. F5 take this round. They head to their, I guess, what's considered their tertiary site, the gym bedroom site. Are we gonna watch another meta switch? That would be super funny. But bringing out much the same ops, bringing Azami as well as the castle. Right, castle to solidify and hold that swamp area, that lounge area, and garage, and then Azami to help support up top as well on that catwalk. It's a very formidable force.
Didn't see where Kaid put those claws down at, not covering the side of the garage, and it looks like the attacking team did they suss out this was a cache CC? They almost looked like they were pushing as if it was a gym bedroom site.
Well, you definitely see that sort of strat, right? The gym over take. Maybe just didn't get their operators into the right spot.
Gonna be making the push over. Yep, and they see those castle barricades out for sure, and know obviously where the site is at this point. Now, no one playing downstairs yet. We have some of these defenders run out from garage, still taking a chance, not getting one, but definitely doing some damage onto the Thermite, trying to get the hard breach off the board. Gave it a good shot.
Ooh, and still trying to hold on to that that main breach. We're actually Cade tricking instead. JDM going to get taken off the board. His body bounce is going to shift in favor of the Canadian Otters, giving them that 5-4 advantage.
Here we go.
That we're still seeing the default up there. I'm wondering whether or not. Okay, there it is. He's going to shoot it now. I was thinking Stealth continuing to play that spot and go for the run out, but now going to be sussed out. He's going to run quick. Get himself out of way of that pushing in attacker. DeGrace trying to find a spot to be able to take some of this garage control back from the defense, but not going to happen yet. Donut upstairs, though, finding a spot.
Yep, it's going to be tough to push in to take that lower engagement. Donut finding a second on Tommy Stealth, taking Donut off the board on the refrag. Now takes us into a 3v2, into a 2v2
Oh,
as Knight and
Pokeball.
Stealth are starting to get active here. And now, of course, that plays a whole different storyline with the last 50 seconds remaining. This becomes winnable yet again for the defense.
Attackers recovered the bomb.
Yeah, there was a couple great shots there from the defense, and Knight finding another one, all down to Charismatic, and Stealth is going to finish him off, close out that round.
Boy, what a comeback from Knight and Stealth as they single-handedly brought that round back into their favor, clutched it up. Huge round, and puts them into a 4-1 last round of the half here. Canadian Otters, though, I mean, still not looking too bad, honestly, right? Yes, they only have one win, but it's been very close rounds, even though that last one was a little dramatic. They find one more win here before the half, and I think they're feeling pretty good having hit their quota going into the back end of the half of this best of one.
That last round, they definitely felt like they should have had it right. Obvious and big advantage in the body count. They looked like they had the positioning in place, but it kind of fell apart there in the mid-round. We didn't see them like push together. Saw the F5 team take a couple shots, find a couple lucky pieces. I think it was just unfortunate to see that kind of fall apart, because Canadian Otters looked like they had that in place to win a round and go up in the round count. They just didn't play as coordinated as I think they wanted to. So we'll see whether or not they can change that up as we head ourselves into round 6.
Yep. Agreed. And it's going to be a bit of a standard setup here for the defense. We talked about them once already. Last time they ran this gym bedroom setup, it's the exact same thing. So really trying to add some layers to the site here. Holding to Logi, Stealth bringing himself back onto that Mira. Now, last time we saw him roaming pretty heavy. He paid the price for that. I wonder if we're going to see him stick a little bit closer and down the side. It's going to be Knight getting active, living up to his namesake, giving a good to everybody. Good night, good night, good night.
Yeah, the double coming out there from holding that garage. Great play there by the defense, and the roaming, and they're going to open this up, and wow, Chowder going to try and grab a double to manage it, but no, Lexer going to find that one, all up to Charismatic again.
And just like that, it's, yeah, everybody's dead. Everybody's gone. It's going to be potentially a faux timeout here, although they know where he's at. Man, great call getting the heck out of there. They heard that drone come out, and he threw a C4 ready for it.
Playing a little drone gymnastics upstairs, like you said. Taking a minute and talk about it, find out what do they want to do. Lexer maybe gonna push it. They've got a minute 41. They don't want to throw bodies at it, because we have seen teams fall apart from that kind of strat. But hey, it's a timeout here you don't have to pay for, and Canadian Otters need to find a way to get themselves ready. So, because they're about to, well, certainly going to lose round 6. F5 going to go up 5-1 versus the Otters here on their defensive half.
Yeah, you said you don't have to pay for it. Well, they are going to pay for it. They're going to lose a round here and not going to put themselves on that standard split. Now just some games going on. We're about to see the F5 Olympics. Maybe they start racing around the map.
Yeah, I think he's up on the roof. Not any way that any of these defenders are going to be able to get themselves up into a position to even challenge him. So yeah, seeing this team. So what do we think they're talking about at this point? Right, they're about to get themselves on to their defense. What are they going to do? Putting that bandit battery outside of the construction single.
I'll tell you what they're talking about. It's an easy call. They're down 4-1. They're going, WTF, man. What the heck is going on? How are we just immediately losing everybody right out the gate? right? How are they getting the advantage on us? Where are our drones at that they're able to get the double run out? Like what the heck is going on? That's what's happening in that chat right now.
Operators, you have run out of time.
Not gonna pad the KD anymore. We're gonna see that one finish out exactly the way we expected about a minute and 30 seconds ago.
Okay, so you said it, 1 round away from finding themselves on a match point scenario. Now we're gonna see what they bring to the attack side. Here's the question: where do we go first? Yep, we go down to Church Arsenal. Not really a question, right? Go to the site that have the best chance at defending, and that is definitely going to be the Church Arsenal site. And a bit of some fun operators on the board, right? It's going to stop that intel with mute, and then gain a little bit of it, that cardiac sensor.
I like it. I like it. The teams that play Pulse well really make him incredibly effective, right? He's the solace for the operators themselves, and there's nothing they can do to stop him from being able to suss them out. If it had just a slightly longer range, I think we might see him played even more often, but so far not been a part of any of the balancing discussions. He seems to occupy a pretty good place as far as Ubisoft is concerned, as far as where he ends up in this defensive lineup. There's already too many OP defensive operators, so why buff him anymore?
That's true. Oh, here we go. Look at who is on the board. Going for that site direct take here. Ying, Blitz, Sens, Ram, Thatcher. They're trying to get into site, and they're trying to do it really quick, my friends. We potentially looking at a quick execute here.
That's right. The question is, where's the push going to come from? So you're going to use the Ram to try and open up some of those sight lines, seeing Stealth push in, and Blitz getting himself ready all the way out at the end of Dirt.
I love the Sense pick. Oh, and there is the Sense pick already finding one. Huge pick as Body Bounce going to go in favor of F5 here, and they're going to start to get Dirt open, send the Blitz in, send the Ying in from the Ying and the Sens in from the top hatch. And Bob's Your Uncle plant will be going down potentially in the next like 30 seconds if they can get one more kill or get some good position.
I thought you were gonna say if he could figure out how to get his drone into sight there. There's the Ying dropping those Candelas in. See, how is this attacking team got themselves set up and ready? Blitz is in, making his way down, and the plant is already going down. The Fenrir are going to try and slow him down, but there. C4 a little late coming out. That's unfortunate. All up to Charismatic again. This time on defense.
Man. Bit of a standoff here with Blitz as none of the teammates coming in to help. And there it is. Kind of just letting him fight that one out. A little bit of a boxing match.
Yeah, letting him take the moment there to reload for sure. Blitz, I think, would have pushed him there. So now we find ourselves on match point, and I think, have we had every match casted tonight with I think the maximum was 2 rounds won on the losing side. So these have all been very one-sided, but not unexpected. We're in an open qualifier, meaning anybody could bring their stack of 5 in and try and win their shot at $1,000 for that first place in this league. They made it through the qualifiers, that top 8, to face the 8 invited teams, part of the main part of the season. So not wholly unexpected, just interesting to see a bunch of 7-1s tonight.
Yeah, quite a few one-sided fights, but this could be the part, right? It's the site that you've played a million times. It's cache and CCTV. These are very default potential holds. Not going to see the castle here, so we're not going to see that extension downstairs, but we are going to opt for a bit more intel. Echo brought out. I like that call.
The thing is, though, there's a reason that this site really dropped out of the meta as we went through most of the 23 calendar year. It just became not nearly as successful from a defensive standpoint as Gym Bedroom and Church. So right in the round of 3, when you've got to play it, this is typically the one you're skipping. in the rotation. So it's interesting that this is the place that they go, because it's certainly fallen out of favor here in the latest meta.
Yep, and maybe I'm having some copium here in some copious amounts, but I'm thinking that maybe this is their default strat. This is the one they know that they can win, right? So, oh man, they are gonna be getting themselves up into a quick execute position yet again here for this attacking team. We're gonna see if the Canadian Otters are ready for it, as they are all up and braced. A C4 here could be absolutely devastating. Look at that. The push in. It's going to be charismatic to find Demon off the board, but it's Plant going down. Not afraid. Ooh, shots ring out. Is Zombie going to go down? It is going to be the trade now into a 3v4. It's a post-plant scenario yet again on this match point scenario. And down into a 1v4 with low health Lex, who's going to find one. It's going to take one piece from that fire, but they are going to have a tough time getting to the diffuser, especially holding from a long angle. Oh my lord, but
there
they are
is.
going to get it, and that's going to be another round win here for Canadian Otters. What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
I don't think so. Great point that potentially that was Canadian Otters, you know, strength in terms of the site, but what we saw was the F5 team, I mean, run the absolute rush plant right in. Yes, they got the plant down, but I don't think, you know, that was because that's a huge stronghold for the Canadian Otter team. For sure, they played it better defensively. F5 trolling a little bit, but that doesn't mean that the defensive hold there from Canadian Otters was not better. They showed up.
Yep, we'll never know. Unless we go back there and see it again. F5 on a match point scenario. We gotta see Canadian Otters be perfect for 4, or they had to be perfect for 5. They found one so far. Let's see if they can move that momentum forward.
So I don't know. Maybe the Canadian Otters are trolling us now, and they take it to bar stage. For sure, one of the lowest win rates defensively, as we've seen in competitive Siege generally. Considered one that you certainly don't play. At the Atlanta Major, I think it was one of the only sites that had a 0% win rate or very low single digits for the defense. So the fact that they're playing it here, either they're extremely confident and going to bring out something that's unexpected, or they're hoping to throw F5 off with just being unconventional. Either way, I like to see it. And they've got to win this one to be able to keep their hopes alive here in the Zenith Competitive League Open Quals.
Not gonna lie, I'm on fire tonight, Whiskey. I called it. I said we might see a bar stage. I just didn't get who was gonna play it right. I like the call here, and on the attacking side of it, pretty standard ops. They got 2 for the hard breach. Gonna split up where they're pulling their themselves in from. And Monty, the walking drone.
That's right. This defense very spread out across the map. They've got a lot of area covered. We've got just a Rooney holding down, but look at this. We've got defenders, 3 of them playing upstairs and playing way out across the map. So they've got this hold across the map, hoping that's the way they're going to be able to hold this attacking team down.
A little bit of siege timing there. Break's going to be taken off the board. No quick entry there, and that is a double kill that rings out. As Donut going to find 2, both Demon and JDM taken off the board, and that's the Monty gone. That's a huge pick. Knight to find one onto the Grace. Day Grace now takes us into a 4v3, a 3v3.
Yeah, they've got to hold down. They've got to hold down this site and hold down the vertical more specifically, right? We need this defensive team to hold the vertical. He takes a shot on Ace and gonna get swung there. A triple from Knight. It is all down to Chowder, my friend.
That's true, and he is going to find one. The long-range devastation of the DMR to claim one in this 1v3, now into a 1v2. Minute 19 left on the board. Problem. Ooh, Capcan trap, taking down some low health now as well. Man, we could see a bit of a comeback here starting to happen. Still opening up a bunch of different sight lines here. They know where he is. Oh,
no, they did.
Now.
They did not know, but now of course they do. That plant going down. Gonna get a shot on the planter. No. Gonna see Lex try and take it.
Attackers activating the fuse.
And there we go, post-plant scenario, and as Velocity says, attackers become defenders, defenders become attackers. It's a match point scenario, and Chowder going to have to be perfect here to keep the dream of his team alive, and that is not going to be the case, as Lex are going to find that kill on the post-plant. And that's all she wrote.
There is another match down. We see F5 taking this one 7-2 tonight, with Knight claiming that MVP spot. Boy, another incredibly quick match here. Not a quick match, comp match here, but a quick one, to say the least, as we roll in through the Zenith Competitive League. Open quals.
And that was an elimination map, so we say GG's.
To the Canadian Otters.
Yep, GG's. GG's and GLHF, my friends. F5 moving on. The Canadian Otters taking that proverbial bus ride home. Okay, folks, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to see if we've got anything else going on, a quick break, and then potentially a recap afterwards, depending on if we have some more Siege for you or not. So sit back, relax, because when we come back, we're going to chat. Ayo!
Let's go.
Can you help me understand?
What's up, and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players. Well, unfortunately for everyone involved, there's no more Siege this evening for us to be casting, as that was the last match of the night. So we're just gonna do a quick little thank you and head out and raid one of the friends of the Siege Double Shot. We're gonna raid Poison, who has been featured on the Siege Double Shot quite a few times. So make sure that you show him his love. But folks, that's it for us. When are we coming back, Mr. Run?
So a couple things. Let's talk about the Zenith League real quick to start with. The Zenith League Open qualifiers are going to continue tomorrow at 6 p.m. and continue on Sunday the same time as they march towards those final 8 that are going to qualify to take on the 8 invited teams as that league kicks off. So that'll be tomorrow again at 6. You want to jump back in. That'll be on the official Zenith channel. So they're going to be hosting the rest of those open qual games. Taking a look at those standings, Arial Rice obviously sitting at the top with Juan and Goons, the number 2. Those 2 T2 teams fighting it out in Element 2. Not surprising to see them. But another couple fun teams that we've got sitting there near the top of the bracket we're going to want to see take on. So check out the OPL bracket to be able to get all of the intel on who's going to be playing as we come up tomorrow. Now, for us specifically, the Siege Double Shot, we've got a huge game tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. On the Voltage League. We are casting the grand final. For anybody watching the Malta Cyber games on Tom J. Sherlock's channel, you're going to see one of those teams play. VG playing tomorrow. That's huge, man. Getting a chance to cast those guys. We're going to be doing that grand final. Naj joining us as the analyst, and that's on the Voltage Gaming League channel tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern.
Sheesh, 8 a.m. We're going to put a notification in the Discord. I'm pretty sure I'll be awake. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to make this grand final. I'm like 99.
Yeah, that is wild, man. The man's going to stay awake. I'm going to crash out, but that's a best of 5. So we're going to be going all morning long tomorrow as we cast that grand final. So we're going to leave you here tonight. That's the end of the Zenith round quals for us, but likely to be back during the rest of the league play.
Yep. Hey, well, if you like us, if you love us, if you hate us, why don't you add us? We're on Twitter. I'm at glitter_whiskey. He's at racingengr. We want to talk about it. We love Siege and we love talking about Siege. So send us your hot takes, your cold takes. Hey, clips, whatever you want to do. Let's talk about it. We'll guess your rank. You can find more action coming at you from the Siege Double Shot. Got plenty of Siege coming your way. Got a lot of big stuff coming up. So get ready. Get ready for that. Check out my personal Twitch at Whiskey Glitter Variety Hour. I'm probably going to be going up and doing some Siege play, some ranked this evening here. But I think, my friends, that's it. We're here. We're done. The end of the night. Wang.
That's right. We made it.
Okay. Well, folks, that's it. And as the lights start to dim and the jukebox starts to play closing time, as always, my friends, you don't have to go home.
But you can't stay here.
Ayo.
Let's go.